All right, welcome to December 2022. I have not done a real post in a while, and I have no idea where I've been or where we've left off. And somebody thinks that because I just got off of work that it's time for them to be on a leash and be dragged around the neighborhood. So she'll be doing that for a while. I think I showed this before. This used to have a white lattice work in there. And we planted a bunch of lilykoids around here. And there's a lilykoid flower. And we've got some producing. Here's one of our big ones right here. So those are lilykoid or passion fruit to the mainlanders. We've got a few on there. They're hard to see, but because everything is green out here. And unfortunately, it has been 2 or 3 months since I've been able to mow. So everything out here is just ungodly huge. And here's my favorite tree. This is that monkey pod tree that we got the seeds from Hilo. We've got a plumeria tree growing down there. This has all been taken over. You know, there's some the papayas. These are Cavendish bananas that had another little pup growing on them. We gotta get those planted. Go. Hush. Then, you know, it's Christmas in Hawaii, so we have the inflatable up and it's running off of solar power. This is a different type of plumeria tree. It's pretty big, and you know, here's our fruit trees, but like I said, once again, everything is just grossly overwhelming. So these are rambutans. There's some more monkey pods. Here's a bunch of strawberries, rambutans, lychee, dragon fruit, some of our gardening. Yeah, it's just been a wild couple of months, so it's been, and everything, of course, we get too much rain and these strawberries just swell up and crack. And somebody likes them. And then he'll spit them out. There's papaya. There's, yeah, it's ridiculous out here. It's absolutely ridiculous. Fed the birds. Got a couple of ears of corn off. When my sister was down, we went through Lava Tree Monument, and they had strawberry guavas out there. And I think while we were walking, I ended up eating like 20 of those things. And then we took some and I got them out here, cleaned off all the seeds and planted them. So we've got baby strawberry guavas growing. And this grass. Yeah, there's a couple of ears of corns that we had. There's the kitty cat. I don't know if he's ever been shown. We brought him over from Oregon, and he loves it out here. And if he gets out here on the lava, he disappears. We've cleaned up quite a bit, got some lights up, got all the metal up, got some of this tanking going, water catchment going across, and we get too much rain, so I'm gonna have to pull all this down and replace it with 4-inch pipe because we just get, right here, because I haven't really welded this one in, you get water just gushing right out of the top. We got all the siding on from last time. Went around. We got the cedar put on. I got this one almost all the way done. All the way up to the top there. Coming across. Got wiring hooked up for the lights and a motion sensor. And ran out of wood, so we've got some more wood now. That's those foam closures, the tape over the top of everything. And then I've just got this last little section here to sheet over. Fix that little hole that I mismeasured. Let's see. I don't know if I've shown any of this. So this is the front. We got that piece of trim up across that separates. And this is that inset And this is all of our cedar that we cut each one to length, put together, burnt, and did our little recess here. This is the door that we found over in Kona for $200 from Habitat for Humanity. And that was a cheap door. So this is what we got going on the inside. Made quite a bit of progress starting here in the kitchen. Started sheetrocking everything on the inside here. We got insulation stuffed up in there, sheetrock going up. Over the weekend, this is my walk-in pantry. Got the electrical ran in it. Got the electrical ran in the kitchen and the dining room. Got all this put in. Got plugs in here so we can put, like some of the, put a blender on a shelf in here and not have to take it out. And so that's where I'm at in the living room before I ran out of time yesterday. We've got our range, our washing machine, and our dryer. Just haven't had a chance to hook any of that up because it takes so long just to do everything. So this is all just, staging area, and we're living in here now. So every time we do anything, we have to move everything out and move everything back in. And then I'm actually going to cut this off right across here. We're supposed to be receiving a package today from Foxgen, and we're going to put in, it's called a stretch ceiling, so it's a PVC stretchable panel, and I've got 6 pieces. One of them just runs all the way across this entire length at the beginning of the relights, and then I've got a panel that fits in between each one of the relights, and then one that fits all the way up here. So it's a stretch fabric. It has a track that you install, then you pull it taut and stuff it in to the track, and that's supposed to be it. It's extremely light, it's extremely durable. Hopefully I can do it by myself. We've emptied our container and got rid of it because it was like $200 and some odd a month to rent that. So we got most of the stuff shoved into here. One of my extra panels. We've got the bathroom. She still wants to be taken for a walk. Got this all done. Got all the wiring in here. This switch is going to control the light up there. This one controls the light over where the toilet's going to be. This one controls the one where the bathtub's going to be. So I still got to do a little stud wall here for the bathtub to run in the shower and stuff. We've got some of the plumbing started for here. Here's my kombucha. We found my kombucha stuff in the cargo container. I haven't touched this one in 2 weeks because the first one started to fail. And look at that, it looks beautiful. Sweet. So that means I can, this weekend, get some fruit and we put it through a fruit processor, get the juice out of it, and then you drain it there and fill it in some bottles and make your own kombucha. So we got all that. Oh yeah, so much stuff going on. So yeah, we've got sheetrock up over here, up in the ceiling, so that way I can get the power ran into that room. Para! And then those are all the wires ran for the main power breakers. Get ready to put the light in here. This is going to be the next room I'm going to hit, so we can close this off. So we're going to have to get one of these rooms completely finished and then move out of this room. This is the room that we're currently staying in. My mom did Christmas, and then she's got all her little bears. So yeah, it's really hard doing all this. It's hard doing all this construction and living and working too much. So we're slowly getting rid of this pile of insulation, stuff from the containers. I'm gonna have, I've got a piece of that PVC stretch wall that I'm going to put in here as a test, because that way I'm not reaching up overhead trying to figure out how it all goes together. So it should be a lot easier to try to do it in here. Got my weight set finally put back together. That was kind of fun. It's a little warm up here, but you know. And I fed all the birds right before I started filming, so that's why you see all those birds flying everywhere. So this is the view from up on top. So you can kind of see how all this goes together. I've got a little piece cut in the corner to staple the two corners together, and it runs all the way up. And then that cedar is just going to come over the top and screw right down. And I've put little pieces of wooden bice into those grooves so I can put a screw right through it and it sucks it up against the panel. So this will be the last section I have to actually, I guess what you call dry in, but this has got a complete overhang, so it stays relatively dry up here. This you can just kind of see around. We got one little house you can see over there, and that's about it. All the way across. And there's where we were living. That's now my garage. So it's got a bunch of, it's got all of our garage stuff going into there. So then we are trying to get ready to put in our septic system. And well, of course this is lava. So that's where we're starting to dig it in. And then this is all that pile of rocks that Alex and I piled up. That was where the house was sitting. So you can kind of see how much it's grown. But we really can't do much without the right equipment. And the right equipment costs too much to have somebody come out and do it for you. So back in July, I actually purchased a mini excavator from Alibaba, and it was shipped out at the end of June. Then it got to Honolulu September 9th, and then it sat in customs for a long time because somebody put improper plywood in the same container. So got released from customs on October 25th. Then it got picked up and brought over here from Dependable Hawaiian December 7th. No, not December 7th. November 7th. And it's then taken from November 7th till now to get the last 19 miles because everybody's just so backed up. As you can see, we got rid of the cargo container. So that's pretty nice. And then this was the tree. I think I showed it before. And we're pretty sure this is an albizia tree, so I'm going to have to pull it up pretty soon because these things grow pretty fast. But this was the one that rooted underneath. So here's a glimpse of my little machine. I have no idea if it's, you know, all here, if it's all working, what everything is, because we just got it delivered today. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. I'm going to be ripping it open and seeing what we got. So then I will update that. And of course, me, because it's me, I had to get the same color. So there's the my excavator, and there's my Jeep. You got to match your toys together, you know. All right, so I'll do an update later, and we'll see how this excavator works. All right, bye. All right, here we are. I'll tell you what, this thing was really, really well packaged. I mean, like, very surprised for as bad as as bad as it looked. These little things, the staples on this thing is ridiculous. All right, well, here we are. It's a 1.5 ton excavator. It's got I think it's a D722 diesel engine from Kabuto. Started right up, safety locks. Pretty clean. Got a pretty nice sized motor in there. Hatch on there. And there's the throttle. Standard joysticks. Yeah, it's got quick connects for the thumb. Or not for the thumb, but for an accessory. Oh, I'm sorry, that's it right there. Okay, so it came with that. I think that was maybe a miscommunication because I wanted a hydraulic thumb. So this one, you just have to unbolt and move that down. So that's the standard bucket that it comes with. And then I ordered a narrow bucket and then a rake, so that way I can kind of rake through the dirt and pull out some of the tree stuff or the roots and, you know, kind of rake that through. This is a materials bucket, so that's for moving rock, you know, gravel and rock, mud, scraping the top surface off. I have to figure out how all this goes together, but that's part of the roll cage. I'm trying to figure it out because, you know, I'm not exactly a thin guy, but it looks like those bolts here are the bolts here. So if that comes up and comes across, I mean, I don't know how I'm going to get in there. I might have to forget to go through the back. And I think that's just another part of the roll cage there. And then this is the canopy. Haven't unwrapped it yet, but yeah, it's a little canopy piece right there. And then I wanted a set of forks so I can move plywood, or when we get we're going to clear out that area over there and put papayas, bananas. I have starfruit and rambutans, so we're going to clear out some of this area, like all those dead trees. Pull all that out, and sometimes we get into a dry season, so I wanted to be able to have a set of forks so I can hook a pallet and a 50-gallon drum of water too, and be able to come back and forth and water everything. So there's a set of pallet forks. They looks pretty neat how they all go together, and they got like a little thing that pops into this piece. So that's the base. Then I have my drill bit. So this is supposed to be able to go through rock. We're going to test it on lava. Hopefully it can dig through. Extra pins. Quick disconnect coupler, because I want to be able to switch out my attachments easily. This is the auger power head. So this all connects to the machine and drives that drill bit. And then this one is the hammer. And it's got a couple of bits that pop into it. So it's got these are the hammer bits. And it has this tank, and I have absolutely no idea what this tank is. I'm gonna have to look through the manual or talk to my contact. It was all bundled together with the hammer, so I'm assuming it's maybe a pneumatic charge. So whenever you put pressure on it is what causes it to fire off. I've never really looked at how those hammers actually work. But yeah, here we are. It took way too long to get it, and hopefully we can start playing around with it and see what she can do. All right, I'll try to get these uploaded for the weekend. Bye.